My name is Chloe. Jill. I'm Tanner. I'm Zachary. Delilah. I'm Bella. I'm Phoebe and I'm JCP. I'm Anna. I'm JCP. I'm JCP.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
My favorite thing at JCP is drawing. I get special treats on Fridays. What is your favorite? Doing puzzles. JCP is turning 10 this year. JCP is 10 right now.
I just turned 10 and JCP just turned 10 too.
When I'm 10, I'm going to go to high school. When I'm 10, I'm going to have homework. What was I going to do?
Play more video games. We were part of the first nursery school of JCP, and we're still friends now at the age of 11.
Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
9/11 hit. A lot of people were forced out of their homes. The schools were out, government was out doing certain things, but there wasn't a real Jewish presence coming out and saying, how can we help the Jewish community down there?
There was a real longing for a sense of rebuilding and a sense of community. A lot had been shattered.
I and a few others decided that we wanted to create a network, a Jewish network that we could fall back on that was not necessarily synagogue dependent. And JCP was built out of that thinking, we have to build this for ourselves. We did a number of parlor meetings in people's houses soon thereafter and put out index cards and asked people very directly, what kind of Jewish events would you like to see down here?
That was how community started to build, with those meetings and then with potluck Shabbats on Friday nights. Lots of kids, lots of parents, and children met other kids in the neighborhood.
And the main elements that came out of those, one was Friday night experiences, and the other was Jewish preschool.
The neighborhood was expanding at the time, and there was a need for preschool, period. But the idea of a Jewish preschool was something that really appealed.
I had a good friend, Sharon Swarovski-Mack, who was the director of another preschool. I said, so, what are you doing next year? And she gave me this look. I said, because we've got a preschool to build.
I was intrigued from the beginning. It didn't take me long to start imagining what that could look like. And in September 2005, we opened the school with 17 children.
There was a party room for birthdays. To enter Sydney's, you had to wear covers on your shoes and walk up a very tall flight of stairs.
The following year, we doubled. We had a second classroom. We had 35 children, and we kept doubling. And by 2007, we moved into the space at 146 Duane Street.
The arrival time is a precious, precious time.
I love opening the door and seeing the children's smiling faces.
Meeting and greeting is literally the best part of the day. There is something about the energy of the kids.
That moment when you know that they're about to start a journey through their day. The children can look at their schedule cards to understand what the expectations are in the day.
Eating something special? Kabbalah Shabbat?
What's special about JCP is definitely the Jewish aspect.
Shabbat Shalom, Kobe. Shabbat Shalom, Tyler.
We're just sharing stories with them of the tradition and culture that hopefully they'll have for the rest of their lives.
We actually didn't celebrate Shabbat before Adam started going to JCP, and now it's become a big tradition of ours. We really enjoy it.
The whole day in school is a lot of mini magical moments that children can learn from anything.
We really draw from the children's interests. We do a lot of emergent curriculum in here, so rather than having themes that we build on, we take the children's interests and then build from there. What are you guys making?
Puppet. It says golden blue.
Give me 5. Awesome job.
The shirt looks like a black and white stripe.
Anthony saw that and said, oh, that's amazing. Let's all say that. Oh,
That's amazing!
One thing that was really amazing about Chloe's education, I didn't realize that she was already learning to write, and she just came home and started writing out words. And the spelling, it was inventive spelling, but it was still really fun, and I couldn't believe that she was actually doing it.
Watching a child make an accomplishment on something that they've been working on, they've recognized the fact that this is something they couldn't do last week, last month, last year. And when they can do it themselves and they say, I did it, I mean, that's just the best reward ever for being a teacher.
I'm Benjamin. Hi, my name's Daddy. We JCP.
I think the best part of JCP are nice teacher and learning Jewish things.
We spent a long time when we first moved downtown trying to find the perfect Jewish community for us. When someone introduced us to JCP, we immediately fell in love with the concept.
What I love about JCP is everybody can find a place here, whether you are super religious, super reformed, not Jewish, want your child to go on to Jewish school. There's really a place for everybody, and I don't think that many places anywhere in the world exist for all Jews to come together, and I love that.
The Center for Jewish Life provides a great deal of programming to our community.
Named Noah, and he had 3 sons named Shem and Ham and Yafet.
For both of us, when we grew up, we had to be pushed to go to Hebrew school. I think that's a very similar sentiment amongst a lot of our peers. And our kids really love going to Hebrew school.
In each of the grades in Hebrew school, the teachers create lessons that are fun and engaging and exciting for the students that focus on Jewish values.
I am writing this important event down in my book, so I will never forget it. I will never forget this.
Everything we do in the classroom is really interactive, so we always try to do skits and art projects and play games.
So it's always connecting to the Hebrew learning, but it gives them another mode of expressing themselves.
Put on your wicked face. Wickeder! Wickeder! Oh, put on your triangle hat. Oh, that's very scary.
My favorite thing in JCP, it had my favorite friends. This is my friend Kai, and this is my friend Emma. JCP is Kaylin. I love JCP. I love my friends at JCP.
Someone asked me in the hall what my favorite part of JCP was, and I said the C. You know, I love the project, and the Judaism's important too, but the community is sort of #1 for me.
JCP is like the nerve center of Lower Manhattan, and it's also your community. It's your chevra, it's your mishpacha, it's the people you turn to in a crisis. It's the people you turn to when you have good news, when you have bad news. I would be hard pressed to find anything like it, not just in New York City, but almost anywhere in the country.
For me, community became really illuminated a few years ago. My family suffered a tragedy that kind of took me out of town for a period of time. And while I was away and tending to the family situation, JCP rallied around and was able to support Marnie and the children while I wasn't there. That to me spoke volumes about the strength of this community.
You start out and you have a baby and you have your mom friends, and then you come to JCP and you find lifelong friends, and that's been unbelievable. I really don't think I've made friends this close in the last 20 years. So it's the reason why we had another, to send somebody else to JCP. JCP has taught me a lot about how to give back.
One of the most amazing community service memories that I have is when our children spent a Passover Seder with the elderly. That made such an impact on our kids, and it made an impact on our parents, and it made an impact on a community.
This is a community of families, of children, of outreach, of generosity. It's just a functioning, positive community.
It's my birthday and it's JCP's birthday. JCP's 10 years old. When I'm 10, I won't eat lots of salad. I like the grown-up things.
Probably just get driver's license.
Like doing yoga.
I will have a big tummy.
JCP is here to stay.
One of the key things about JCP and the Jewish Community Project title is the project.
If you had asked me 10 years ago, I never would have envisioned where we are now.
What we have done here not only means we're here to stay, I believe in the next 10 years, we're actually going to be a model for other communities around the country.
I would say it is an amazing evolution, not one I could have possibly predicted.
The future's pretty exciting. You know, we have really gone through an amazing decade of growth, and we're going to need a lot more space.
The fact that it still is a hands-on organization and really calls on all the voices that are represented here.
We have a community that people really depend on for important life stages, both happy ones and sad ones, and I'm very proud of the fact that we can come together and be that community for one another.
JCP is 10 years old. When I'm 10, I'm going to be a movie star. When I'm 10, I'm going to watch Ghostbusters. I'm going to be an actress. When I'm 10, I'm going to teach Daphne my sister, everything. Being 10 means... When I'm 10, I'm going to be a movie star.
When there's 10, there's plenty more to come.
You feel like that's what you want.